Have you ever walked away from a conversation only to find yourself replaying it over and over in your mind? You scrutinize every word you said, every word they said. You'd analyze their tone, their body language, searching for hidden meanings. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is the world of the a mental space where every conversation becomes a puzzle to be solved, or a mistake to be endlessly regretted. This mental replay isn't just a quirky habit, it's a heavy burden. Imagine your mind is like a film editor's room. But instead of working on a masterpiece, you're stuck on a single, short clip. You play it forward, then backward. You zoom in on a single frame, that awkward pause, that slight frown. You add your own commentary, a voiceover of doubt and self-criticism. Did I say too much? Did I sound stupid? What did they really mean by that? This constant analysis creates a feedback loop of anxiety. You're not just remembering a conversation, you're actively rewriting it with your fears. The original memory becomes distorted, clouded by what-ifs and should-haves. What might have been a perfectly normal interaction is now perceived as a social failure. This mental exhaustion can be immense, draining your energy and making future social interactions feel daunting. You start to dread conversations, not because of the people, but because of the mental aftermath you know will follow. The core of this pattern is often a deep-seated desire for control and a fear of judgment. We believe that if we can just analyze the conversation enough, we can somehow guarantee a positive outcome or prevent future mistakes. We want to be liked, to be understood, to belong. So, we put our own words and the words of others under a microscope, hoping to find a secret formula for perfect social connection. But in doing so, we trap ourselves in a prison of our own making. We miss the fact that human connection is messy, imperfect, and beautiful for that very reason. So how do we break free? The first step is awareness. It's about catching yourself in the act of replaying that mental tape. When you notice the loop starting, gently acknowledge it, without judgment. Say to yourself, I'm overthinking this conversation again. This simple act of naming the behavior creates a small space between you and the thought pattern. It puts you back in the driver's seat. The next step is to ground yourself in the present moment. The conversation is over. It exists only in your memory. The endless analysis won't change what happened. Shift your focus to what's happening right now. Feel your feet on the floor. Listen to the sounds around you. Take a deep breath. This pulls you out of the past and into the reality of the present, where you are safe and the perceived social catastrophe isn't actually happening. It's also crucial to practice self-compassion. You're not flawed for overthinking. You're human. Instead of criticizing yourself for worrying, offer yourself some kindness. Think of what you'd say to a friend in the same situation. You'd likely tell them they're being too hard on themselves, that the conversation was probably fine. Extend that same grace to yourself. True mental clarity isn't about never having a doubtful thought again. It's about recognizing those thoughts for what they are, just thoughts, not facts. It's about learning to let them pass by like clouds in the sky without getting swept up in the storm. It's about accepting that you can't control how others perceive you, but you can control how you treat yourself. The conversation is over. Let it be. Your peace of mind is far more important than dissecting a moment that has already passed. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more insights into the human mind. Take care of yourself.